1 week. So you can bring the statement on Tuesday next week. Yes, Roku? There's no provision for commenting on or debating a statement.
Yes.
So if that's what you want to do, you're out of order. If there's something else, I'll allow you.
The same issue was raised today in the Committee of Delegate and Registration.
It may have, but on the floor, there is no provision for you to comment on a statement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Take your seat. Out of order, Okello. Next.
Order number 8, special motion, consideration of a nominee for appointment as a member of the National Government Constituency Development Fund Board. Question to be put.
All the honorable members on their feet, take your seats. Honorable member talking to Gikaria, take your seat. Take your seat. Thank you. Honorable members, at order number 8, I'll now put the question, which is the taking into consideration the findings of the Select Committee on the National Government Constituencies Development Fund in its report on the vetting of a nominee for appointment as a member of the National Government Constituency Development Fund Board, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 7th November 2023, and pursuant to sections 15(1)(e) of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund Act 2015 and Section 8(1) of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act 2011, this House approves the appointment of Honorable Gabriel Kago Mukuha as a member of the National Government Constituency Development Fund Board. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion, inspection of various one-stop border posts in the northern corridor in the East African community. Question to be put.
David Speaker, take your seat. Honourable members, at order number 9, I now put the question that this House adopts the report of the Select Committee on Regional Integration on its inspection of various one-stop border posts in the northern corridor in the East African community, laid on the table of the House on Wednesday, 5th July 2023. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 10, motion, sessional paper number 1 of 2023 on Kenya National Population Policy for Sustainable Development. Question to be put.
Milemba, take your seat quickly. Farah, take your seat or disappear to wherever you're going. Honorable members, I now put the question at order number 10, that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on its consideration of sessional paper number 1 of 2023 on the Kenya National Population Policy for Sustainable Development, laid on the table of the House on Wednesday, 4th October 2023, and further approves the sessional paper number 1 of 2023. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 11, the Land Laws Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 65 of 2023, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to make amendments to laws that relate to land.
Honorable members, before we go to the next order, I want to bring to your attention that following repeated requests on the Speaker to give direction on the dress code in the House, next week on Tuesday, I'll deliver a comprehensive direction on the dress code. It will be very comprehensive and far-reaching, and I want to encourage all of you to abide by the ruling and direction. It's based on longevity of the Speaker in this House, comparable jurisdiction, our own rules and standing orders that govern the dress code. And I can assure you that the House Business Committee has weighed in on this and advised that in the manner in which we have been going, the decorum of the House is sinking to its lowest. Because members just come to this House dressed in any manner they like. Our ladies in the House Business Committee even took issue in the manner their own colleague ladies dress in some way. And I'll give a very comprehensive direction so that from there on, enforcement will be left to the Sergeant at Arms. Anybody who will come dressed in a manner other than what we shall have advised will be deemed to be a stranger in the House, so that we maintain decorum, respect the dignity of the House in every respect. Yes, Julia Sunguli, what is out of order?
Mr. Speaker, you being the main constitutional upholder in this House, understand that all your decisions are very, very binding. And isn't it in order, Mr. Speaker, for you to ask for a bit of public participation, that members of this House make comments, especially because I come from a constituency that would like to have an input on how Kenyans should dress in their national house. So let's encourage some public participation before you make this big statement.
Julia Sunguli, the Constitution says we exercise our power directly or through our elected representatives. Your elected representatives are members of the House Business Committee, and they have made their findings and stand on the matter. So you are ably represented, and whatever we decide has been canvassed properly by your elected representatives as is provided under Article 1 of the Constitution. Next order. Before we call the next order, members, I have also directed the clerk and the clerks at the table that because of the manner in which you have been mismanaging the screen, members walk in at 1:30, log in, and then block the screen. The screen remains full before we finish the prayer. Before any order is called, the screen is full. From now henceforth, at the end of every order, the screen will be wiped clean. Then you log in on the order that is coming so that we can be able to know who wants to speak on a particular order and who doesn't. You've seen the embarrassing situation where the speaker calls out a member and he says, not on that one. You call another member, not on that one. And yet you are top on the screen. So the clerk and the clerks at the table will enforce that as well, so that when an order is called, then you key in. Of course, the chair will exercise discretion. Sometimes we take into account gender balance, regional balance in debates. We take into account party balance. We take into account even age balance. We have very young members whom we want to grow. We give them sometimes opportunities and so on and so forth, but we'll be strictly following the order on the screen. Like now we have wiped clean. When the majority leader starts moving the motion, those who key in will then be called upon to speak. I hope that will give us a little order. Then members, some raise both their hands, others stand up, others shout point of order when it's not a point of order, and so on. Next order.
Order number 12, motion, debate on the President's address, first day.
Honorable members, before the majority leader moves the motion, I also want to add on the issue of the dress code that the direction I will give will also cover your conduct in committees. Remember that the committees in which you sit are an extension of this chamber. And I've been horrified to see members turning up in committees dressed in jeans and t-shirts and all manner of regalia. So whatever will give direction, the chairman of committees will be enjoined to enforce that direction, so that the decorum you are expected to display in this chamber is the same decorum you display in the committees when members of the public appear before you and you look like a street fighter. You don't display a very good image of this house. This